We're close to a start in race 5 in Melbourne. Ken Callender has the latest market.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. Yes, they're going into line down at Sandown. We'll have time to go through the prices. Mr. Elegant, 13-2. He could come in a little, might come in about a point. Pay the Kings at 9-2. Tolo Harbour was scratched this morning. Prince Acumen is a 12-1 chance. Top Walk at 10-1. Andy's Reward at 13-2. Well, he'll get out a bit, Andy's Reward, before they jump. He's not quite that short. Petrify from Sydney. Now, this is the horse I told you about, trained normally by John Hawkes at Warwick Farm. John's done a bit of border hopping with him, and Petrify, who'll carry the all cerise colours of the Ingham brothers, will be ridden by Darren Gauci. When he raced up here, he raced best when he was ridden back off the speed a little bit, and I think that's the way Gauci are riding today. But you look out for him in the home straight. He'll certainly rattle home. Petrify favourite at 5-2, and I don't think he'll get any better. Prince of Paradise, Craig Dinn is 16-1. That could come in a point or two. Ben Barra Knight at 16-1. McCash at 66-1. Cobbler Smith is a 10-1 chance, and then the rest are pretty rough. 33-1 Thalira. Another Luster at 30-1. In favour at 25-1. And the roughie of the field probably should be even longer, Chilmac, but it is at 200-1. Okay, as we pick up vision from Sandown there, we can see that the horses are starting to go into line. As I told you, the one to look out for, Petrify, its favourite. I think it'll be hard to beat on its Sydney form. It's already had one Melbourne run in much stronger company than this, and that was at Caulfield, a track that probably doesn't suit it as well as Sandown. And Petrify finished an excellent fourth to King Marauding over 1,100 metres. Okay, now I'm just looking for Petrify. He's drawn in barrier 5. As I said, you'll find him. He's in all cerise. They look a bit like all pink colours on the television. The top two, Mr. Elegant's a bit of a tip on course. Mr. Elegant, to be ridden by Spike Short, carries all maroon colours, all maroon I should say, and you will see, that looks like, is that him in centre screen now? Anyway, he's in the all maroon, and Petrify is in cerise, so that's the way you're going to have to distinguish them. I hope you don't need to worry about distinguishing them at the finish. I hope Petrify is well out on his own. Okay, they're just about all in. Time now to swing down to our caller, John Russell. Here he is.
We welcome viewers to Channel 9 Wide World of Sports. Favourite for the race, Petrify, in the John Hawkes stable. Off and running. Another Luster jumped out nicely to the inside with Andy's Reward, who commenced well. Out quickly, Mr. Elegant. McCash is showing speed, followed by Top Walk, and just in behind them is Petrify. And they were being closely followed by Pay the Kings, who's over on the outside. Behind them then Benbara Knight, followed by Prince of Paradise. Second last, Thalira, last in favour. Down the hill they race now. Andy's Reward leading a half length to Cobbler Smith. 2 lengths away, Mr. Elegant being followed by another Luster on the inside of Prince Acumen. Further back then Pay the Kings, Benbara Knight, Top Walker. Petrify's got well back in the field. Over on the inside behind him, Prince of Paradise, and McCash further back in the field, followed by in favour Thalira, and Chilmac is last of all. Rounding the home turn, 550 to go. Andy's Reward leading a half length in advance now. Moving up on the outside quickly to the picture is Cobbler Smith, and Pay the Kings is just behind them. Mr. Elegant coming down the outside. Prince Acumen, another Luster getting a run on the inside. Petrify's a mile back as they come to the 250, where Cobbler Smith is joined now by Prince Acumen. Mr. Elegant coming down the outside, and Andy's Reward just behind them. And here comes Petrify, unwinding a big run. Petrify right over on the outside, grabbing these leaders, hits the front. Petrify, Prince of Paradise finishing on, but Petrify's been a big run to score. Second home, Prince of Paradise. Top Walker's third. Then Mr. Elegant, followed by Pay the King's Thalira. Cobbler Smith, another Luster. Further back to Prince Acumen in favour. And the next home, Benbara Knight, followed by Andy's Reward, McCash, and last is Chilmac.
One race 5, 7, 8 and 5 the numbers. Petrify $2.90 and $1.60. Prince of Paradise $5.40 and Top Walk $3.40. In AFL today.
Good on you, Ian. Race 6 is the Fresh Salads Cup, and the runners are about to be called in. Now, that little horse there in the green colours with the pink star, Cleargill, he's the favourite. Ken, I haven't really studied him closely before. He's only a pony. Not much of him at all.
No, John, he's at pretty short odds too. He's got a good chance, but I don't want to put my cash down on him. Let's look at these prices. Cleargill is showing about $2.90 now for $1. We'll make him 15 to 8. Barami Lad is not running. I'll get that right. Prendre Le Jour not bad for a mug, is at 20 to 1. Duquel keeps coming in now to about 7 to 1. Spectacular Rule at 20 to 1. Whiskey Decanter, 4 to 1 chance, getting out a little bit on the tote now, almost out to 5 to 1. Number 7, Hall of Fame, I've selected him. He's got an each way chance. He's at 11 to 2. Trigrove is a scratching. Vital Consent is into 6 to 1. Dantara is at 14 to 1, getting out to about 16 to 1. Stratton Express is about a 10 to 1 chance now, just firming a little, and High Barney is at 125 to 1. And now, as they go into line, the best caller in the business, Johnny Tapp.
Thanks, Ken. The Fresh Salads Cup. All set. Under starter's orders, Billy Dale onto his stand, has the button, they're ready to break. Duquel, the inside runner, is dancing around a bit in the stall. Now they steady. Off and running, and a little slow. Prondre Azure and Spectacular Ruler didn't jump all that well either. Duquel is about the first out, beginning well. Vital Consent. Dantara bustled out of an outside gate, followed by Whiskey Decanter, Cleargill. Prondre Azure midfield when they get going with Hall of Fame, and Stratton Express is 3 deep at the moment, followed by Spectacular Ruler and High Barney. At the 1100 mark, and the big fellow Dantara has barged across from the outside to go to the front, and now he's fired up a little bit, led by about 2.5 to Vital Consent, a length away Whiskey Decanter, followed by Duquel, a length to Cleargill, who's travelling 1 off the rail, and Stratton Express is 3 deep, followed by Prondre Azure, Hall of Fame, then High Barney and Spectacular Ruler. Past the 800 mark, and Dantara led, pulling hard, in front by 2.5 to Duquel, on the inside of Vital Consent, a little more than a length to Whiskey Decanter, followed by Cleargill, Prondre Azure slipping up on the rail, then Stratton Express, Hall of Fame, Spectacular Ruler and High Barney, and they're starting to bunch up. On the turn, Dantara being tackled by Duquel in the middle. 3 deep is Vital Consent, and there's Whiskey Decanter sweeping around the outside, and Cleargill is looking for a split between runners. Straightening up, Dantara stopped as though he'd hit a brick wall. Duquel and Whiskey Decanter go to the lead together, clear of Cleargill on the fence, and then Vital Consent, who's gone. Duquel's in front at the 200 mark. Cleargill barging through in the centre, and Hall of Fame late. 150 out. Duquel tackled by Cleargill. Hall of Fame after them quickly. Cleargill hit the lead close to home. Hall of Fame can't pick him up, and Cleargill beat Hall of Fame. Duquel is third, followed by Whiskey Decanter, Spectacular Ruler, Stratton Express, then Prondre Azure, Vital Consent weakened out of it, followed by High Barney, and Dantara pulled himself out of business and has tailed off last.
Yeah, now we have a look at this replay, and there's Cleargill getting through the centre now. Just going to the lead now. Watch Hall of Fame out in the yellow colours with a mauve cap. Looked as though he's going to make a race of it, but Cleargill was just too strong, but Hall of Fame has only just run down Duquel for second money. Cleargill first. If you backed him on the tote, he's going to pay $2.90 the win and $1.40 the place. Second was TAB number Hall of Fame, which was number 7, has paid $2.30. And third, TAB number 4, Duquel, has paid $2 exactly. No doubt about those placings. Cleargill first, Hall of Fame second, Duquel third. A break and then more on the wide world of sports.
Hill, race 6, 1, 7 and 4. The numbers Cleargill $2.90 and $1.40. Hall of Fame $2.30 and Duquel $2 even. Now for the latest on the...
Thanks, Kenny. I'm sure envious of the boys up at Hamilton Island. Here are the prices on Melbourne. A bit of an update. Classy Twiggy, as I told you earlier, is scratched. Bridget's Mirror still solid at 5 to 2. Darren Gauchi, the rider. If you're looking for her, she races in orange with a green band and a green cap. Sweet Truce, well in the market, firmed a little into 13 to 2, 6.5 to 1. Prima Cornice is at 30 to 1. Sparkling Salute at 14 to 1. Timeless Grace, the other favourite, races in predominantly pink colours, hot pink and silver colours. So she'll stand out. She's also at 5 to 2. Greg Childs has got the mount on her. Perfect Prospect is at 15. Strike Me Blushing at 10. Big Jamaica is at 20 to 1. Bright at 25 to 1. Gourmet Lady is scratched. 14 to 1 Trimmings. 12 to 1 Prav. Then the Roughies. 100 Courtly Bell and Wild Mistress. 80 Pentaya. And Secret Talk, well, it's not much of a secret today. She's at 250 to 1. And Little Domineer is a scratching. Okay, they're going into line down there at Sandown. I told you the two favourites. My pick, Bridget's Mirror, is in orange colours rather, with a green band and a green cap. And Timeless Grace in predominantly pink colours, hot pink and silver. Petrify, who won the first leg. I told you he had all cerise. The jockey lost his cap during the race and just had his skull cap. Looked like he had a white cap. Anyway, that's history. We're worrying about this race. Still 2 or 3 to go in. Down at Sandown with a big quit smoking sign from the 1,300 metre start. Big long straight at Sandown. Most horses get their chance as well as they do at any track. With 2 to go in, I think it's an opportune time for us to throw to our caller, John Russell. Here he is.
Yes.
You're on. Welcome, White World of Sport.
And here at Sandown, we welcome viewers to Channel 9 Wide World of Sport, taking the second leg of the double here in Victoria. This is the race set aside for the mares, the Quick Ease Handicap over 1,300 metres. And punters consider it a match in 2. 9-4 Bridget's Mirror on the tote and 5-2 Timeless Grace. Both very good runs here. At the last meeting, Bridget's Mirror actually at Caulfield, and Timeless Grace had no luck here at her last start. Should be well placed throughout from the inside alley here. Bridget's Mirror gets back a little bit in her races. She's drawn barrier 2, Bridget's Mirror. Timeless Grace, the inside runner. And it's 9-4, Bridget's Mirror, 5-2, Timeless Grace. They're all set to go. And the race over 1,300 metres, the starter says go, and they're away to a good start too. Strike Me Blushing the first out with Prima Cornice. Timeless Grace began well with Prava, and away quickly also is Perfect Prospect and Sweet Truce on the outside going fast. They're followed by Wild Mistress in behind them. Over on the rails is Timeless Grace being followed by Bridget's Mirror and Big Jamaica behind them. A bit further back in the field in Secret Talk, followed by Bright, who's dropped out to last, and the next to last is Trimmings. Down the hill they race, and Prima Cornice has worked her way to the lead by a length in advance of Sweet Truce. Over on the inside third, Strike Me Blushing, followed by Perfect Prospect just behind them. Timeless Grace is back along the inside, being followed by Sparkling Salute, making ground with Wild Mistress, and then Pentire, a length and a half to Bridget's Mirror, awkwardly positioned over on the inside as they come up past the 600. Wider on the track is Prav, and they're followed by Big Jamaica, Courtly Bell and Trimmings, and Bright's a fair way back, and the field well packed up as they straighten up. Sweet Truce takes the lead on the outside with Prima Cornice. Strike Me Blushing getting a run through, and Timeless Grace is starting to run on over on the inside, followed by Perfect Prospect and Sparkling Salute. Bridget's Mirror coming home well from a long way back, but Strike Me Blushing the leader. Timeless Grace is the danger. Timeless Grace on the inside takes the lead from Strike Me Blushing. They're well clear of Bridget's Mirror coming home when the race is all over, but it's Timeless Grace in front. She'll be too good. Timeless Grace wins it by a length to Strike Me Blushing. 2.5 lengths away third, Bridget's Mirror, and the next to finish Perfect Prospect, Sparkling Salute, followed by Bright, Trimmings. Next, Big Jamaica, Sweet Truce behind them, Pentire, Prav, Secret Talk, Prima Cornice, Courtly Bell, and last home is Wild Mistress.
Melbourne race 7, dividends not quite through yet, but as they crossed the line, it was 6, 8 and 2, Timeless Grace, Strike Me Blushing and Bridget's Mirror. Now, let's have a look at the AFL.
Thanks, Ian. Race 7 coming up. The time is Ripe Series, 1,200 metres for 3-year-olds and up who haven't won more than 2 races in the metropolitan area. One of the fancied runners is a horse called Vatican, beautifully named. He's by Papal Power, and his first up 5th at Randwick the other day, Ken, was an eye-catching effort.
Yes, John, he's got a very, very good chance, Vatican. I think he can win the race. Here's the prices. Stars Ego is at 13-2 or 6.5-1. Exposure at 14-1. Hey Charger, very smart horse, but awkwardly drawn here out near the outside, is at 7-1. Sloshed is a scratching. Vatican, the horse we spoke of, getting out to almost 15-4 now. He's actually paying $4.70. For $1 investment. That's 3 3/4 to 1. Avulsion is at 33-1. Lust for Knowledge at 40-1. Then we've got 12-1 Asteri Starkus. Hoist the Colours just in a fraction from 8s to 15-2. Motel is at 14-1. Tiburon from Canberra is a hot favourite. Larry Cassidy's mount down to $3.40 now, or odds of 5-2. Justin Chime, you'll find this too short. He's at 100-1. Rubana is getting out now to 200-1. By golly, he's at long odds. Tate's Legacy at 50-1 in from 60s. Star Chimes is at 100-1, and Royal Check has got out from 200-1 to 330-1. I wouldn't like to have his check, John.
No, I wouldn't either, Ken. Now there's Hey Charger, number 3 saddlecloth, having his first run in quite a while. Hasn't started since March 6. but expected to race well fresh. He's ridden by young Corey Brown, who celebrated his 18th birthday last Wednesday with a winning double at Canterbury. And he's riding very well, Corey Brown, still claiming 1.5 kilos. See the bandages on that horse, Exposure. He wears those in all of his races as a support to suspect forelegs, no doubt. And I think he has given plenty of trouble during his career, Exposure, which is a pity because he's got plenty of ability. Now, Lust for Knowledge comes up into line. Vatican is in there. Now, moving forward is Hoist the Colours. Asteri Starkus goes up into line. We saw an outstanding performance by one of the earlier winners at Rose Hill today, a horse called Ducktail, which overcame a very severe check halfway down the straight before getting up to score a last stride win. A tremendous effort. And we'll be pointering that, or not pointering it, but reviewing the performance in our little racing segment during Wide World of Sports Sunday edition tomorrow. So watch for that. Ducktail. Tremendous win. Now, the last couple have moved up. Exposure goes in to complete the line, and the starter, Billy Dale, is onto his stand, has the button, and they're set and ready for dispatch. They look good now, light flashing on top. Lust for Knowledge stands in well with Rubana. Exposure, Hoist the Colours. Off and running. Justin Chime and Star Chimes are both very slow to move at the start. Beginning very fast towards the outside of Vulcan is one of the early leaders, and Tate's Legacy is away like a shot, and he goes to the front early. Star's Ego prominent with Hey Charger boring over from the outside. Royal Check scrubbed along to stay in touch with them, followed by Asteri Starkus, Hoist the Colours, Exposure. Tiburon is midfield near the fence, followed by Vatican a little bit further back than expected, and then Motel and Lust for Knowledge, followed by Justin Chime and Rubana, and last Star Chimes. 600 out there going fast, and Tate's Legacy just the leader from Avulsion. Star's Ego third, Asteri Starkus on the fence, out deep as Hey Charger. Then Tiburon trying to get away from the rail. He's got nowhere to go at the moment, followed by Hoist the Colours, very deep as Exposure, and further back Royal Check, and Vatican is weaving between runners, still giving the leaders about 6 lengths. But in the straight, Tate's Legacy headed by Avulsion, Asteri Starkus trying to get between them. Not enough room there, Jim. Star's Ego on the outside, and now Tiburon into the clear is coming with a good run. Avulsion the leader close to home. Here's Vatican. Vatican has come out of the pack. He's picked them up in 2 bounds. Vatican, he races clear near the post, and there's a big win. Vatican came away to beat Tiburon. Avulsion in 3rd place, followed by Star's Ego, and Star Chimes wide out. There's an eye catcher, followed by Asteri Starkus, who had no luck, from Tate's Legacy, Hoist the Colours, and then Motel, Lust for Knowledge, Rubana, Exposure, Star's Ego, and Hey Charger, and Royal Check pulled up with the tail enders.
Yeah, you watch this horse finish. Avulsion got to the lead here. Star's Ego couldn't go on with it. Tiburon just hung out a little bit in the green colours, and straight through between horses goes Vatican. That horse you see getting checked over near the rails in the blue and white colours is Asteri Starkus. He might win next time. But this time it was Vatican, and he steamed away, and he's going to pay $4.90 for the win and $2 even for the place. Number 11 second, Tiburon, will pay $1.70, and number 6 hanging on for third in the yellow and red colours of Vulcan is going to pay $7.70 for the place. That was racing on the Wide World of Sports. A break and then more from the boys at Hamilton Island.
Sydney race 7, and it's 5, 11 and 6. Vatican $4.90 and $2 even. Tiburon $1.70 and Avulsion $7.70. AFL games in progress. Let's see how they're going. Carlton Angeles involving former football superstar O.J. Simpson. It has ended peacefully. Earlier today, police issued a warrant for the arrest of Simpson in connection with the stabbing murders of his former wife and her male friend. Simpson disappeared, but was spotted on an LA freeway in a 4-wheel drive being driven by a close friend. Simpson was reportedly holding a gun to his own head. The vehicle was driven to Simpson's Brentwood mansion. Now, on arrival, his friend was in and out of the vehicle, talking to police and going to and from the house. A young man believed to be Simpson's son approached the car. There was an altercation there, but negotiations continued. The police were talking to Simpson. Eventually, he emerged from the vehicle, clutching 2 photographs, and surrendered peacefully to authorities. Of course, O.J. has had a remarkable career. Here's a look at some of his achievements.
He was, by some accounts, the most popular player ever to glide across football's gridiron, leading the University of Southern California Trojans to 2 Rose Bowls in the late 60s, winning the Heisman Trophy. Orenthal James Simpson became OJ to his fans, or just simply Juice.
They cut him loose. They turn on the juice.
In Buffalo, where he played for the Bills, they wrote songs about the graceful running back who was voted Player of the Decade in the 70s. 1,000 yards is still every running back's season goal. In 1973, O.J. doubled that and shattered the league record.
There it is! They did! I just wonder if the three of us at this moment fully realize what it is to watch O.J. Simpson run for 2,000 yards in one season.
The NFL did not have a lot of personality when O.J. came along, and he was to the NFL what Michael Jordan was to the NBA.
The California Golden Boy, he carried the Olympic torch in '84, had in fact grown up in a pretty tough San Francisco neighborhood.
He was a gang kid in San Francisco with a reputation for being the toughest dude in the neighborhood and who would whack a woman as well as a man.
After he retired in 1979, the Hall of Fame was waiting.
I want to say to the Hall of Fame members here, I mean, you don't know what this is, you know, to walk around here. You wonder, do you belong with this group of guys? Well, I must have done something good or something right to be here, and I just want you to know that I'll never let you guys down. Take it from O.J. Simpson.
The charismatic O.J. kept rushing onto new careers.
Go, O.J., go!
In rent-a-car commercials, in the movies.
No, you stay where you are. I'll get them down.
Like Towering Inferno and the Naked Gun series. And in broadcasting.
Well, Al, down here, the field appears to be in excellent shape.
O.J. Simpson, the athlete, always understood the playing field. On the gridiron, his instincts were impeccable, his performance heroic. But that game ended long ago.
And just repeating that drama involving Simpson ended peacefully just a couple of hours ago. OK, back we go to Hamilton Island. Here's Max.
Good line out the back, Thalira early. Andy's Reward, another lustre away quickly with McCash, Top Walk, Mr. Elegant. Prince Acumen and Petrified over on the outside. Cobbler Smith, a great line behind Andy's Reward. Then dropping back just a little, Pay the Kings behind it. Chilmac, Benbara Knight around the outside. Then Thalira, Chilmac last of all, Prince of Paradise, and back with it in favour. 800 metres out, Andy's Reward by a neck to Cobbler Smith. 2.5 third, Mr. Elegant. Another lustre over on the inside there, followed next in the race by Prince Acumen. Benbara Knight deep around Pay the King's Top Walk. Now Petrify's got well back. McCash and Prince of Paradise with him 5.50 out. Then Thalira, Chilmac, and in favour. Up to the corner they come, and Andy's Reward scrubbed up, leads a neck Cobbler Smith. Another luster's got the run on the inside of it's good enough, and deep out there Mr. Elegant at the 400 metre mark. Further back Pay the King's into the clear from Top Walk, McCash, and then comes Petrify, who's a mile back, Prince of Paradise. 200 out, another lustre on the inside, Prince Acumen, Cobbler Smith, and Mr. Elegant matching strides. Top Walk now Petrify starting to join in down the outside strongly. Mr. Elegant swamped by Petrify on the outside. Top Walk and Prince of Paradise, but Petrify comes away. Petrify 3 parts of a length, Prince of Paradise, Top Walk. Mr. Elegant's Pay the Kings, then Thalira. Next in Cobbler Smith, behind it another luster, Prince Acumen in favour. Well back then Benbara Knight, Andrews Reward stopped, Chilmac, and McCash was last home.
Double to Pay 41.50.
Went in place 7 Petrify, 310, 170, 8 Prince of Paradise, 750, and 5 Top Walk, 290.
Super Tab number 7 Petrified to return 145 and 80. Number 8 for second Prince of Paradise 270, and number 5 Top Walk placed dividend 170.
It started to wind up, and when it...
Well, still a little bit flighty in the gates. He stands better. And they're off. A little slowly into stride, Prondra Lejeune with a Spectacular Ruler and also High Barney. Who is going to lead? It might be Dan Tara. Yes, Dan Tara narrowly from Vital Consent. Duquel settling third, closely attended by Clear Gill. Whiskey Decant is going to be pratted out wide, so the rider kicking up to try and get across from Stratton Express Hall of Fame. Then Prondra Lejeune and Spectacular Ruler and High Barney, the tail enders. Along towards the 1,000 metres they go, and Dan Tara snuck away about 3 or 4 lengths now, Vital Consent.
Whiskey Decanter off the track and in the middle, and holding its posse, a horse off the rails, Duquel, and then Clear Gill right up against the inside from Stratton Express. One Prondra Lazure parked inside Hall of Fame, and 2 lengths High Barney and Spectacular Ruler. This is the order coming along the side and linking up with the 700, and Dan Tara by 2 lengths on Duquel. Wider is Vital Consent, Whiskey Decanter niggled at, followed by Prondra Lazure and Clear Gill, one off the rails. Then Stratton Express and Hall of Fame, about 2 lengths Spectacular Ruler, and a length further away is High Barney, homeward bound now. And Duquel quickly pounced on Dan Tara, who's given in on the outside. Whiskey Decanter is plugging home. He's never been on the track, Whiskey Decanter, and Clear Gill over on the inside at the 200. Duquel, a half-length Whiskey Decanter now. Clear Gill knuckling down, and Hall of Fame joining in. Duquel just in front. Clear Gill, Hall of Fame, Whiskey Decanter tiring. Clear Gill hits the front. Hall of Fame won't match him, and Clear Gill, the favourite, is going to win it well. Clear Gill from Hall of Fame and Duquel, followed by Whiskey Decanter, Spectacular Ruler, Prondra Lazure, then Stratton Express, followed by Vital Consent, High Barney, and the early leader Dan Tara walked home last.
Number 1, Clear Gill on the Super Tab at 140 and 70. Number 7, Hall of Fame, 95, and 4, Duquel, 120.
$40. Number 7, Hall of Fame, has paid $2.30, and number 4, Duquel, at $2 even. Clear Gill, model of consistency, trained by Ray Bradley for the Miorna Proprietary Limited Syndicate, and is by Gil Doran from Clear Flight, a brown horse 4. And Ray Bradley, as I say, training. Shane Moses, the winning rider, beating Hall of Fame, a brown gelding 4 by Bletchingley from Shea Melody, Graham Begg, Kevin Moses. So son has beaten father. And third, 4, Duquel, a bay gelding 4, Voodoo Rhythm Diamond sequel, Peter Nestor, Tracy Bartley. Whiskey Decanter didn't have much luck.
Correct weight Queanbeyan, 2 1/4, 1 1/2, 58.82. Correct weight Queanbeyan on 246.
Circumstances just went against him. And under the speed.
Sponsors of Triple S.
Good line out the back. Courtly Bell, Strike Me Blushing, Prima Cornice away quickly with Sweet Truce, Wild Mistress. Also Perfect Prospect, Prav dropping back along the inside. Timeless Grace passed by Pintayer. As they settle over on the inside, there was Bridget's Mirror from Big Jamaica, well back trimmings. Secret Talk and Bright together at the rear. 1,000 metres out, only 7 lengths first to last, where Prima Cornice takes over a half to Sweet Truce. A length away third in the box seat, Strike Me Blushing. Over on the outside of it is Sparkling Salute and Perfect Prospect, the centre, 800 out. A length and a half away, Timeless Grace, tucked away on the inside of Pintayer and Wild Mistress. Another length of Prav on the inside, Bridget's Mirror. Deep out, Big Jamaica from Secret Talk trimmings. And at the tail of the field, Courtly Bell with Bright on the inside. 550 out before the corner. And the leader was still Prima Cornice. A neck in front of Sweet Truce, asked to go. Sparkling Sweet over on the outside, and getting a run in the centre there was Strike Me Blushing from Perfect Prospect. Timeless Grace hunting up on the inside. Bright is making ground, and also coming into it, Sparkling Salute. 300 out, and here Strike Me Blushing went to the lead. On the inside, coming after it now, Timeless Grace has got the run through. Wide out, Sparkling Salute, Perfect Prospect. Bridget's Mirror from a long way back, but Timeless Grace hit the front. 50 to go from Strike Me Blushing. Running home late, Bridget's Mirror, but Timeless Grace too good. Timeless Grace by nearly a length. Second placing, Strike Me Blushing. Third, Bridget's Mirror, then Perfect Prospect, Sparkling Salute trimmings. Brighter Fair Run, then Big Jamaica. Behind it came Sweet Truce. Next in would have been Pintayer. At the head of the others, Secret Talk, Prav never in it. Prima Cornice knocked up Courtly Bell, and last in was Wild Mistress.
Number 6, Timeless Grace, 330 and 160. 8, Strike Me Blushing, 280 and 2, Bridget's Mirror, 150.
On the Super Tab there, number 6, Timeless Grace, to return for the win. 170, the place 80 cents. Number 8 for second, Strike Me Blushing, to pay 145, and number 2, Bridget's Mirror, 75.
Into about the 400 metre mark.
Dave has a football score for us.
Yes, thanks, Paul. Half-time in the Winfield Cup, match between Newcastle and Eastern Suburbs up at Marathon Stadium. Newcastle 14-0.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Let's go to Ian in Sydney.
Colours moving forward now. Asteri Starkus from the Canberra stables of John Morrissey. Raced by Mr. G and Mrs. Ima Starkus, who raced that grand old horse, Digger Starkus. Exposure getting a little closer to the line with Stars Ego. He's been racing well, Stars Ego. Hey Charger's drawn the outside, so he and Exposure about to move up. Now, in goes Exposure. He's a seasoned campaigner, no worries. Gates snap closed behind. And Corey Brown about to come forward on Hey Charger. And everything's set. Ready to go. race number 7, Rose Hill. An event of 1,200 metres. Tiburon, pretty well drawn here, the favourite. 9-4 on the New South Wales Tote Tiburon. They're racing. Add a little slowly into Stride Star Chimes and Justin Chime, and the Speedy Tate's Legacy leads Avulsion. A length and a half to Star's Ego third, followed by Royal Check. Hey Charger trying to work over, and then Asteri Starkus a length hoist the colours Exposure.